House Republicans once again trying to hammer out a deal on immigration ahead of the fall elections. They feel that's very important for some reason. A current draft proposal being considered by Republican leaders is probably better than prior proposals, but it falls far short of what the current president campaigned on. It would give amnesty to some DACA recipients. In return, it would fund a border wall, it says, end the diversity lottery, and catch and release, and create a more merit-based legal immigration system. But it would not end chain migration, cut overall immigration levels, or, critically, implement E-Verify to keep employers from employing illegal aliens. What to make of this plan, exactly? Lou Dobbs is, of course, the host of Lou Dobbs Tonight on Fox Business, and maybe more than any other person in public life has followed this subject carefully over more than a decade. Lou, thank you for coming on. What do you make of this? It's complex, but I know that you can cut to the heart of it.
Yeah, well, let's cut through the complexity, because first of all, we don't know what's in it. There has been no debate. Right. There has been no writing of text or amendments. It is a preposterous closed room deal entirely drawn up by the Speaker, who is owned lock, stock, and barrel by K Street, the Chamber of Commerce, the Business Roundtable, the Koch brothers, and Wall Street. So we know one thing. It's not going to be in favor of the American middle class and American working families. And indeed, that is Ryan's, that's his hallmark for 20 years in the House. He works for K Street.
So why the push to get this through without a debate? I mean, it seems like Republicans could win this debate. If you look at all the polling on it, there's a lot of polling. Right. The public is basically on the side of the administration on this question. Why not run on it?
As you have reported, you can slice and dice the demographics any way you want to, and more people are disgusted and appalled by the deleterious and negative impact of illegal immigration into this country, and that's just simply the straightforward facts. But they can't even raise a voice that is even remotely comparable to the ownership of the establishment and global elites who are demanding cheap labor. And that's straightforward. It is their purpose to bring more immigration into this country and to preserve lower wages. Just as President Trump has wages rising, the middle class is now growing. It was stagnant and declining for 20 years. Until President Trump moved into the Oval Office.
So you're saying that the current Republican leadership is willing to ignore the most basic lesson of the last election and the expressed will of the American population in order to serve the interests of a very small group of people who pay the bills?
Absolutely. And Ryan is a lame duck speaker, remember. He will only be in office until January of next year. But that's right, he resigned. But is only the Republican conference can do in the House of Representatives. He is now enfranchised with the leadership of the conference and what will almost assuredly be a loss of 50 seats in the midterm elections as a result of moving into the amnesty abyss. The base will not stand for this for 1 minute, no matter how popular the president is, and he's wildly popular, and no matter the fictions that are spun up by Ryan and his so-called leadership council.
Where they get do they have pollsters who are telling them that politically this is smart?
No, they have well-paid strategists telling them they should run on the tax cuts rather than the Trump agenda, which is tax cuts, deregulation, balancing international trade, creating jobs, bringing back manufacturing, dealing with all of the important issues in foreign policy, whether it is the immense success of the Singapore summit, which is just one of a litany of achievements of this president, unprecedented achievements over the course of 16 months. It is the most mindless, lemming-like rush I've ever seen, even though they're rhinos, to absolute disaster.
Rhinos rushing like lemmings, mindlessly. I love it. Lou Dobbs, great to see you, as always. Thank you.
The mindlessly, I admit, was redundant. Thanks. Great to be with you, Tucker.
So good. Great to see you, Lou.
Thank you.
Well, Berkeley.